She dropped out of community college at 19. Never held a real job in 15 years. Her brother called her a barista with a vivid imagination. Then a judge opened a sealed envelope stamped with a Department of Defense eagle. And the courtroom went dead silent. Because the woman they'd written off as the family screw-up? She'd been flying classified fighter prototypes at Groom Lake. She'd saved her brother's business with $420,000 of her own money, anonymously. And she never said a word. This is Captain Maya Grant. And this is the day she stopped being invisible. My name is Captain Maya Grant. I'm 42, and I am the family disappointment. At least, that's the version they told. Back in Midland, Texas, I'm the sister who never grew. 2 semesters of community college, then gone, dropped out, moved to Austin, works odd jobs. Mom softens it for the Bible study ladies. She's the creative one. Makes those fancy coffee designs. My brother Travis has less patience for softening. He took over Dad's oil field equipment business, married well, built the life the family blueprint called for. Whenever my name comes up, he does this thing, a small, tired shake of the head, like I'm a weather problem that never resolved. Maya's always been a dreamer, probably slinging lattes at some hipster place downtown. They never asked what the odd jobs really were. They never wondered why the family business didn't collapse during the 2020 oil crash when every competitor around them did. They just decided I was the screw-up, the spare tire, the cautionary tale. Then, Grandma's will was probated. She left me 40% of the mineral rights under the old family ranch, worth north of $4 million with new fracking technology, unlocking what the land always held. Travis filed a contest within the week. His Fort Worth lawyer, bolo tie, too much cologne, the kind of confidence that comes from never being wrong in a small pond, argued it before an Ector County judge. No steady employment, no assets in her name, no history of contribution. She has been leeching off this family for years. I sat in the witness box in a navy blazer and jeans. Hair back, no makeup, nothing to perform. The only thing that didn't belong in that room was the thin silver chain around my neck, a tiny pair of crossed delta wings tucked beneath my collar. Air Force Test Pilot insignia, awarded only to those who've flown the edge of the envelope in programs most people will never have clearance to know existed. The lawyer approached like he'd already won. Miss Grant, one verifiable piece of employment, a pay stub, a tax return, a W-2, anything at all. Or shall we simply accept your brother's characterization? A barista with a vivid imagination. Travis sat front row, arms crossed, smug grin locked in, the same one he'd worn since we were 12. Mom sat beside him, eyes down, working a tissue between her fingers, like she was asking God to just let it end quietly. I took a slow sip of courthouse water, tastes like metal and old arguments. Then I nodded to my attorney. Colonel Elena Marquez, retired OC Special Agent, now private counsel for people whose URSAMs live in classified vaults, didn't pace, didn't perform. She simply stood. Your Honor, we submit for in-camera review a limited declassification waiver from the Air Force Office of Special Investigations, the National Geospatial Intelligence Agency, and the Office of the Undersecretary of Defense. It pertains to Captain Grant's active duty status and service record. Travis actually laughed. Active duty? She can't keep a regular shift. The judge, ex-Navy aviator, salt and pepper hair, the kind of eyes that have made peace with danger, accepted the sealed envelope. Duty eagle stamped across the flap. He retired to chambers. 15 minutes. He returned. Sat. Removed his glasses. Read again, slower. Counsel for the petitioner. Your investigator was thorough. He was simply hunting for the wrong Maya Grant. He read from the folder, voice low and precise. Captain Maya Grant, 06 Select, United States Air Force Reserve. Lead Test Pilot, Next Generation Air Dominance Program, 6th Generation Fighter Prototypes. 2,800 plus flight hours in classified airframes. Over 1,100 hours in high-risk envelope testing at Groom Lake and Edwards North Base. Public footprint intentionally nullified. Any digital trace risks active programs and human lives. Travis's face emptied. The $420,000 credit line that kept your family business breathing in 2020? That was her, routed anonymously. The county airport hangar expansion? Same source. She said nothing because saying anything would have violated her clearance. I spoke once, quietly, but the room held it. I flew so the oil you sell keeps moving. I tested jets so no one has to send ground troops into a foreign field. I did all of it while you told people I was pulling espresso shots. I never needed your applause. I just needed you to stop rewriting my life to make yours feel larger. The judge dismissed the contest with prejudice. Full inheritance awarded. $85,000 in sanctions from Travis's personal account. Then he looked at my brother with something older than anger. You spent 15 years shrinking a woman who was keeping your world airborne. I suggest you spend the next 15 figuring out who she actually is. I walked past Travis. Past Mom, whose hand lifted but never landed. Out into the West Texas sun, white and absolute. In the parking lot, I unclipped the wings, held them in my palm, small, silver, weightless. For 15 years, invisibility had been my armor. Necessary. Protective. Isolating. Today, for the first time, it felt like something I could set down. I got in my old Tacoma and drove west toward restricted airspace. Radio off. Just road and silence and the quiet dignity of a life that never needed their permission to matter. Never let them write your story. Sometimes the quiet one is the one flying circles around the rest.